Hi, my name is Hamid. I'm a certified instructor at ASM Educational Center. We're located in Rockville, Maryland at www.asmed.com. On last video, I did Cisco CCNA, Cisco Ip SLA. But today, what I'm going to do, actually, this could be Cisco CCNA / also CCNP. But today I'm going to use the concept of Ip SLA with tracking. So before you watch this video, make sure you watch the other video which we just did, regular Ip SLA. The good thing about Ip SLA, we can use it for tracking for our troubleshooting. Let me explain what we have in our lab. We're going to use GNS3. We have router 1 connected to ISP1 and ISP2. Router 1 is going to go to ISP1. We have a default route, which we're going to put right now, IP route 000.000.192.160.12.2. That's this point right now. That's ISP1. Now notice that there's no administrative distance. So the administrative distance for static is 1. Then I have a router 1. I'm going to have another configuration, IP route 000.192.168.13.3, 50. So that means this process is called floating static point. What does that mean? That means if top link on router 1, which is F00, dies, when I say show IP route, it's going to show you that. So if life is good, when I go to router 1 show IP route, you're going to see it point to here. Then if this dies, that goes point to this one. So that's that part. But what happens if ISP1 and ISP2 goes down? That's what this lecture is going to cover, that tracking. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do right now. Again, we're going to do lab. In above, we have a router 1 that is connected to ISP. We want to use ISP1 as a primary and ISP2 as a backup link. All the traffic will be sent to ISP1, but when it is unreachable, we will switch to ISP2. You can achieve this by using 2 default routes. Okay, so let me show you what we have in diagram. So I go to my GNS3. This is my GNS3s. Okay, I go to router 1 right now. When I say show IP and debrief, this is 12.1. That's this interface F00 right here, and this is 13.1, which is the other side. Let me see if I can ping 192.168.12. And the ISP will be .2, so I can ping that. Up arrow key, let's see 13.3. So I can ping both ISP. So what I'm going to do, right now on router 1, I'm going to have a 2 default route to ISP1 as a preferred, then ISP2 as a backup. So I'm going to say config T. If you remember that, you have to say IP route question mark destination network prefix. We're going to use what, all 00 000 0000. That means default route question mark. Then I need what, next IP address. So next IP address is going to be 192.168.12.2 right here, the first ISP. When I put a question mark, I have choice of administrative distance. That's what we're going to play around with that. I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to use up arrow key. In case of this, I'm going to say 13.3. That's right here. That's ISP2 right here. Question mark. Now I'm going to put 50. Okay. So what does that mean? When I say show run, look at here. I have a 2 default route. This is the main route. Why? Because it's used administrative distance of 1. That's the default is, and that's administrative 50. Now when I say show IP route, I will see right here. See, that's my what? Default route is. So all the traffic goes to router what? The first router. This is called floating static. Now notice that if I go config T, let's see if I shut down INTF1/0. I'm shutting down, I'm sorry, if my fault, INTF00. Let's say port F00 dies, shut down. Okay, if it dies, automatically the system, when I go to IP route, is going to shift to this ISP2. So if I say show IP route, the system change it to what? 13.3. So that's my default going to ISP2. Okay, so that's what that is. So let me bring back on config T, INTF00, no shut. Excuse me. Control Z, we check the work, show IP route. So it's back to where? Oops, sorry, it's not finished yet. Show IP route, you gotta be patient. back to what 12.2 right now, which is top is. Okay, now this is what they call, this concept called floating static. But what happens if ISP1 and ISP dies? Then in here we're going to use IP SLA with tracking. So let's look at my notes. So here I send router 1, we have show IP and debrief. I have two interfaces right now. Okay, I create a static route. Again, I used admin 50. So when I use type show IP routing table, I see the top one 12.2 is going to be what, my main person right here. Okay, I'm sorry, right here 12.2 right here. All right, so router 1 can ping both ISP. I can see ping both ISP like that. Okay, now I show CV neighbors. It shows you I'm neighbor to ISP2 and ISP1 with my interface and so on. Okay, now if R1 shut down, which I did that, and once I show IP route, router 2 is going to point to where? ISP number 2. See, 13.3. That was in this diagram, was right here. All right, so far so good. As we see, R goes down, the interface this, and this is called a floating static route. Okay, it's called floating point or static route. But what happens if the link in ISP1 goes down? Then R1 is, and his routing table will have original now. Okay, so that's why we have to use that. So that means, let me show you that right here. See, right now, let's say this link goes down router on ISP1 F00. So let me go to ISP1 right here. See, this link 12.2 is up right now. Let's see if it goes down. Config T int F0/0. I shut it down. Okay, if that goes down, okay, as you see, it went what? It went down. Now if I go to router 1 right now, watch this. Router 1, when I say show IP route, nothing changes. It's still pointed to where? 12.2, because router 1 does not know this. So all the traffic goes. So that's why you want to use the concept of IP SLA with tracking. So in case this dies, router 1 dies, the traffic automatically goes to this gentleman. Okay, so that's the goal is in this lab. So let me bring back up config T. Oops, sorry. Config T int F0 and just say no shut. So make sure life is back to normal. Show IP and brief. Okay. Now I remember from last class, how are we going to do that? Okay. So here's back to normal right here. Show IP route. So back to the normal. This is the main guy. So life is back. Now we're going to track with IP SLA. Okay. Step 1. I will create an IP SLA instance that pings the IP address of ISP1 address. So like last class, you're going to say IP SLA question mark. Under this question mark, remember we're going to use what? ICMP. Okay, like what we did. Question mark. Now this is very important. This is going to point to where? ISP1. So which one you want to track? Look at the diagram. I'm right here. I want to track this point. This is very important to understand. You want to track this point. Why? Because if this link dies, I want to make sure the traffic goes that way. So let me go to router 1 right now. Again, you're going to say config T IP SLA question mark. So what I'm going to use, let's use number 1. Okay, enter, enter. Here, when I put a question mark, now we can do so much stuff, but the one we want to do ICMP. ICMP echo question mark. You gotta put IP address 192.168.12.2. Remember, you gotta point this guy. Question mark, and we just press enter. Okay? So far, so good. Okay? So that's what I did. Then here, when I put a question mark, I have choice of what? Frequency. Want to do some kind of frequency. How long does it do that? Remember, default was 60 seconds, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 20 seconds. So let me put a every time router 1. When I put a question mark, I'm going to use the frequency of operation, frequency 20 seconds. Remember, default is what? 60 seconds. Control Z, show run. Let's see what we have. Okay. Here's my default route, and here's my IP SLA so far. I haven't done nothing yet. I just wrote it down. Okay. So here's my show run. All right, very good. Now I go to global configuration and I schedule it forever. Remember that same concept we do. You have to say IP SLA, but here instead of using 1, I'm going to go down and use what? Schedule question mark. Then what I'm going to use, I'm going to use the same number 1 question mark. I'm going to start time question mark, and then I'm going to say what? Start time now, and then for life or forever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to say it like this. So that's the goal is. So I'll go back to router 1 right now. So I'm going to say config T IP SLA. Again, keep using question marks. Very important to use the question mark. You want to schedule this. Remember, you have to schedule it. Question mark 1. It has to be same number as before. 1 question mark. Okay. Then I'm going to put start time. When does it start? Then I'm going to see what. Where is it right now? Okay. Now, if you want a live or month recording right here, I just put live. Then I can say how many seconds. But here I'm going to say forever. Question mark. Enter. Okay. Good job. So I say show run again. Let's check the work. Always check your work. On router 1, we have this. This is IP SLA, ICMP echo 192.168.12, frequency 20, and IP SLA schedule 1 live. Start time now. That's it. And this is my default run. Okay. So live is good. Here's my show run. Okay. Now we can check it. Let's check it out. Remember, show IP SLA statistic in router 1. So I'm going to check the work. Show IP SLA statistic. Okay. See right now is what? Good. Okay. Live is what? Good. Remember it was 20 seconds. So I wait a few more seconds. Up arrow key. Then even what? Number of success what? 2. So let's wait more second. 20 seconds approximately. Okay. Up arrow key is 2 still. Let's just wait. So right now see live is what? Good. Now if I use that, it went to what? 3. As you see, keep changing. So that's why I see that 6. My notes 8. Then it went to 10 because of the delay I had there. Okay. Now I will define the track number, and then later on I will append this to default route pointed to ISP. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to router 1 config T. I'm going to say what? Track 1 question mark. Okay. Then I'm going to say question mark. I'm going to use IP question mark. Then I'm going to use what? IP SLA question mark. Then our number. Then reachability. Okay. That's it. So let's go to router 1 right now. So I'm going to say config T. Okay. You're going to use. You have to define your track. Track question mark 1 question mark. What do you want to do? IP. Because you want to do IP SLA question mark SLA question mark. You got to put the same number 1. Okay. Question mark. Then reachability. We want to make sure reachability. Enter. So Control Z. Now watch this. When I show run, this IP SLA, this one correspond to this. This number 1 corresponds to something else. Okay. So that's what we have right now. So here's my show run. Again, this IP SLA 1, you gotta be careful, correspond to this guy right here. Now I go to my default route that I had it, I remove it, then I add track number that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say no to my default route, the main route. I'm gonna remove that one, then I'm gonna put question mark. So let's go to router 1 right now. Watch this. So watch this. This is my default. This is main route. I'm going to remove that. So I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to say config T. No. I paste that. Okay, so I default what? I remove that guy. Oops, it didn't remove it. Control A, no to that. Okay. So if I say show route, let's make sure it's removed. Okay, so I have only one route with that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that with the config T IP route 0.0.0, sorry, 0.0.0.0, or I can use upper 0.0.0, right? Then I'm going to put what? 192.168.12.2. Watch this. When I put a question mark, aha, look at what we have. Track. Question mark. Then I'm going to use the track object. Now, what number do I use? I use this number. Now, if it's 5, I use a 5. If it's 6, I use a 6. 1. Enter. Control Z. Let's check the work. Show run. Track 1. What am I tracking? I'll go down. I'm tracking right here. I'm tracking this guy. Okay? That's what I did. Here's my show run. Again, track 1. And that's Ip SLA, is reachability. Okay? And this is what I'm tracking right now. Here, what I'm tracking right now. Okay? And this is the IP address of main ISP that I'm looking for. Now let's test it. So if ISP1 goes down, then when I go router 1 show IP route, I will see the router thing has been changed to new one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to ISP1 right now. Life is good up, but I'm going to shut down to what? F00. So I'll go to ISP1, which is right here. Show IP and debrief. I'm going to shut down this port. Look at the diagram. I'm going to shut down this right here, F00. So let's do that. Config T int F0/0 shut. Okay. So when you use up arrow key, it's shut down right now. See, shut down. Okay. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Now let's go look at the show IP route. Let's see if it's working. Technically now, since I'm tracking this point, all the traffic has to go this way. Let's see if it goes that way. So I'm going to say show IP route. And we see that is where? Track is sending to where? 13.3 as GB respect that. Look at the diagram. It goes to here. So it did what? Work. That means all the traffic right now is ISP2 right now. Okay? So right here, 30.3. Why is that? Because admin sensor of 50 right here, admin sensor of 50. Now let's look at a bunch of show command. Remember we have failure. Now when I say show IP statistic, this number is 5, then becomes what? 7, then becomes 9. So let's look at that one, router 1 right now. So I'm going to type show IP SLA. Okay, so watch this. Show IP SLA statistic. What do we have? 4 right here. So let's just wait. Hopefully it's 20 seconds. Up arrow key. It's 4 again. Let's just wait. Alright, so this is a very good technique to use for redundancy. Not only you have a floating static route, but you can use IP SLA for tracking. Let's use up arrow key. Okay, see that one? See, failure. And look at this. Last operation is what? There's nothing. It's error right now. Before was okay, but this is not. Now if you wait a few more seconds. Okay, so it was 5. See, this was 5. This was 16.5, then becomes 66. Okay, as we see working for. Now if I say show IP route, I can see I'm going to go to where? Second ISP right now, which is supposed to be that. Which, look at the diagram, second ISP right here. All right, so looks good. Everything looks good. Show IP like that. Now I go back to ISP and bring it back online. Let's see what happened. So I go back to router ISP1. This was shut down. I'm going to say what? No shut. Let's go back to ISP1. This is ISP1 is, remember it was shut down right now. So I'm going to say config T int F00 no what? Shut. As soon as I do that, the live has to go back to what? I have to go back to router 1, show IP route. So this should be router 1 here. If I go show IP route, I should see live back to what? 12.2. So let me go to router 1 again. Right now here was 13.13. Now I use up arrow key. It hasn't changed, so we have to give it time. Let's just give it time yet. Okay. Let's look at statistic. Oh, look at that. See, now you see something up. That's very good. See the command right here shows I went up. Now if I use show IP route, all right, see back to what? Origin 12.2. Now if I use a bunch of statistic, see right now 18, 10. Let's just wait 20 seconds. Hopefully we'll change that. So you see that life is back what? Okay. And this is 14. Success 36. The next one is going to be what? 37 and 14. It doesn't change, okay? Here again, life is okay. This was 37 and becomes 38. So if you go back to router 1, I can see that. Back to what? This was 18, 19, and it's okay. Alright, so let me summarize. Here's a summary. On router 1, it says show run. Track 1, that's what you track it. IP SLA, that's correspond to IP SLA reachability, okay? This track 1 is pointed to default route. So this number has to match with this number right here, okay? Then we have a static route, this is main route is, and this is what backup route is, which we tested. Again, this is IP SLA, ICMP, you point to what? This is pointed to the main ISP1 primary. It's very important to understand. Frequency 10, and this is scheduled that. Okay, I hope this was beneficial for you. This concept is going to be basic concept on the CCNA, and also you might see on CCNP exam, routing exam. If you need more information, please go to our website. Our website is www.asme.com. When you click here, if you come down, you go to IT courses. That's going to take next level. We have a bunch of courses: A+, Net2+, Secure Plus. If you come down, we're going to see CCNA-CCNP, all that good stuff, okay? And we offer Cisco and Cisco classes. If you go to CCNA, we have a different format. We have bootcamp, evening, online, so like. But if you go to the blogs right here in the top, CCNA blogs, you're going to see that this was the last one which we did. Cisco CCNA configuration. This is the last SLAs. So later on, all of this video is going to be posted here with the PowerPoint, with the notes, everything, and also at the bottom we have the video. Okay, thanks so much. You have a good day and enjoy your day today.